Hey guys, Aryan here and you're watching iPixel Tech. So this is the iPhone 10R or XR if you like to call it that way. And surprisingly, it is good. So should you buy it in 2020? Let's find out. Let's start with the things I like about this smartphone. First of all, the build of the smartphone. It is good. Although it is a cheaper offering from Apple, it does not feel cheap at all. It comes with the glass back, the aluminum frame, overall feels good in the hand. It is a premium build and it has those thick bezels all around the display and this notch. It is annoying, but you can get used to it. And for biometrics, it has the Face ID. It is fast and works almost all the time, but I would have also liked to have fingerprint in addition to the Face ID. And now the performance of this smartphone. And yeah, that's like really great. It comes with the A12 Bionic from Apple paired with the 3 gigs of RAM and it performs great. You can throw any task at it and this smartphone will handle it like a champ. And I also played PUBG Mobile on it with graphics settings to HDR and extreme frame rates for 1 straight hour and it didn't lag at all. And to do all those tasks you need a good battery life, right? And this smartphone gives you that. It comes with a good battery life and it is a 2942 mAh battery, which seems low in numbers but it is really not. It gives you 6+ hours of screen on time on a single charge without any problem, and that is really good. And I love how everything feels good on this phone. The iOS experience is great. It runs on the latest iOS 13.5 version and it is really fast and smooth. And the gesture and animations are great. The haptic feedbacks, the haptic feedbacks. Apple provides great haptics on their smartphone, and it makes a huge difference. Everything feels good in the hand. Everything from navigating to receiving a call to increasing and decreasing brightness and volume feels great with those haptics. And everything on iOS is made to give you that feedback and it feels great. And this phone even comes with stereo speaker setup, which sounds nice too. Now the camera on this smartphone. It comes with 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture camera on the back and just look at the camera samples. The colors are good, the white balance is good and the overall quality of the pictures is great in good lighting condition. In low light condition, this camera performs well but not that good as there is no dedicated night mode on this phone. And on the front it has 7 megapixel f2.2 aperture camera, which is good. Look at the camera samples. It performs well, the skin tones are good, the dynamic range is good, everything looks good. Now some portrait mode samples from this phone. In my opinion, iPhones and Pixels have the best portrait mode capabilities on any smartphone. The video on this smartphone is awesome. Everything is perfect on the video side. Hey guys, this is the video from iPhone XR's front camera, and as you can see the color tones are good, the dynamic range is good, the overall picture quality is good, and this mobile can record up to 1080p at 60 fps from the front camera. This is the video from iPhone XR's back camera, and again as you can see the quality is good, the dynamic range is good, the autofocus is on point 2, the back camera can record up to 4K at 60 fps on this phone, and the sound is directly recorded through the internal microphones, so you can check out the mic quality too. And yeah, I know it only comes with one lens on the back, no telephoto camera, no wide angle camera. But hear me out. There are a lot of smartphones available with multiple cameras but not so good performance. So would you rather have a single camera with good performance or multiple cameras with not so good performance? Well, I would go for the single camera with good performance, and this smartphone gives me that. And in addition to all of that, it comes with wireless charging and the IP67 water and dust resistant certification. So you must be thinking what's not good on this phone. The performance great, the battery is great, even the build and camera are good too. And yeah, the speakers are good too. So what's not good? Well, firstly, it's the charger. It takes around 3 hours to charge it up totally, and that's like really annoying. I can't wait that much for my phone to charge up. And secondly, it's this display. It's a 6.1-inch liquid retina display, or we can say IPS LCD display with the resolution of 828 into 1792 pixels. And yeah, that's not even full HD resolution. It's just a little higher resolution than HD display. Apple should have really provided at least a full HD display on this phone. Don't get me wrong, it's a good quality LCD display, but the resolution should have been better. So now the most important aspect, the price. You can get this smartphone for 50 to 52k in India and $600 in the US. And if you can wait a little bit, in this sale it goes as low as 40k in India. So should you buy this in 2020? Well, it all comes down to this. How much do you really care about the display on your smartphone? Well, I do care a lot about the display on my smartphone, so this smartphone is clearly not for me. But if you do not care that much about the display on your smartphone, you should go for it. This is great. And if you do care about the display on your smartphone that much and can increase your budget, go for the iPhone XS, which is sold around 60 to 62k in India and goes as low as 50k in the sales in India. And for that price you get the higher resolution OLED panel, the premium build and the dual cameras on the back. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you again.